This episode is presented by Shaw. One of the most difficult things to cope with in football is fixture congestion. I remember the games piling on top of each other over the Christmas period. It's so intense, and you have to keep your levels high the whole time. But when you're feeling the pressure and you want to keep calm and a clean sheet, Shaw's non-stop protection range of antiperspirants is a good start. It has 72-hour non-stop sweat and odour protection that will keep you fresh and dry on and off the pitch. Shop now at Boots. Shaw. It won't let you down.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the football fill-in. Lads, how are we? Good weekend?
Fantastic, mate. Ready for action.
Toes?
Good, yeah, brilliant.
Tomasi?
Brilliant.
You're not brilliant because you fell off your bike at the weekend.
I fell off my bike at the weekend. I'm not brilliant.
Fell off his bike at the weekend.
Yeah, but you're in one piece this morning, Tom.
Mate, I've got away with one.
You have got away with one, haven't you?
Yeah.
Man of your age and size, you've come off a bike, mate.
Oh, cheers.
I know,
You got a bit of sympathy pain, haven't you, for me, with your hip, the old Sammy.
More importantly, how's the bike? Is the bike all right?
We're good.
Oh, thank God for that.
Like I say, I got away with one.
You have, yeah. Right, Tottenham, lads, I've got a mini rant, if you don't mind. They were absolute shambles at the weekend, yeah, absolute shambles. And there's a couple of things I want to talk about. One is the first goal, Vicario's pass to Archie Gray. We'll break it down in a minute. But secondly, something that typifies the problem with Spurs, right, is they have got nobody, apart from Romero, that is a fighter, that's a warrior, that really wants to get down and dirty, right? And it was typified for me. There was one example where Matthias Tell had just come on, and Forest had, I think they had kind of whipped a ball into the box, but it had gone all the way across, right? And the player for Forest was running, just about kept it in. I think it was Hudson-Odoi, just about kept it in, had to sort of like step off the pitch. Matthias Tell sprinted over and then just stopped and waited and watched him regain his composure, get back on the ball, and then play it back out again. And I'm watching thinking, what are you doing?
Lift him.
How exactly that, Tozer? Lift him, either lift him, boot the ball at him, something. Either way, you cannot just stop, right? If you get a chance, go and watch this clip. I promise you, you'll go, oh my God, that's absolutely criminal. What are you doing?
I haven't seen that clip. Have you seen
Just watch it. I'll show you in a minute, lads. It is criminal, seriously. You just can't do it. But that typifies Spurs. I've got so many players like that. Xavi Simons just getting absolutely breezed off the ball, not really wanting to put his foot in. And I was thinking, you're not going to win like that. You look at Forest, for example, with a Sean Dyche, the way that mentality is, right, everybody just stick their boot in.
I think that's what they had to realise going into that game, innit?
Surely you'd have thought
coming
so,
up against Dyche here. And
at the City Ground.
At the City Ground,
that's what it's going to be, Sunday afternoon. You've got to be at it, otherwise you're getting absolutely battered, which is actually what happened.
It's exactly what happened, wasn't it? Forest were brilliant, to be fair, on the front foot from the get-go.
Game, yeah.
And you know that Forest at home are always a problem anyway, but the way that they did it all throughout the game, later on, passing it, they were, and it was phenomenal. I'm watching Spurs thinking, wow.
Is he in trouble then, do you reckon, Thomas Frank?
If it don't change, because I think unless he can really notice this lack of spirit and fight, like the really sticking your foot in one. You know the ones where you know you might get kicked, but you know what, I've got to go for it. And if the players aren't willing to do that, then...
Being competitive.
Competitive, basically. Yeah, that should be the minimum,
I was out for dinner yesterday afternoon, and there were a couple of Spurs fans watching it on their phone, and, like, they are, like, diehards, and, like, they thought Frank were going to be a real positive appointment, but they're really teetering. And that performance epitomises why...
Is he still the guy? I ask you this every week.
Yeah,
you do, don't you?
Yeah.
Is he still the guy?
Yeah, but like when we talk about that first goal, like they will have done that same action a million times in training. Now, did the ball bounce from Vicario into him? Was it perfect? But as soon as he takes a touch, he's done. In training, it's probably a yard softer from Vicario, and he just turns it round the corner.
I've got a query. I assume, right, having played football at obviously a very poor level, but I'm watching football every week, watching the kids, watching Sunday League football, watch Leamington play all the time. I assume that in the pro level at the top end, that the communication's really shit on the pitch, because surely somebody, Archie Gray, is taking the ball there, and it sounds like nobody's giving him a call.
Well, what I would say there is you repeat that pattern and you repeat that practice, right? So the goalie knows when he receives the ball off whoever he receives it off that the six is going to have a movement and he's going to be there. So did Vicario play the pass a yard heavier and it weren't the greatest pass?
They probably won't.
But they do that a million times. There's no communication there. He knows where he should be at that time. It's about timing and execution. But because of the pass and where he put it, he had to take a touch. And that's then disaster.
But surely somebody should be shouting man on.
Sure.
First time.
But, mate, it's about Gray scanning. He's got to know that at that point.
But
unless he's got 2 yards.
So you're at the City Ground, which is hostile, hard, you're away from home. Yeah, you do it a million times in training, but there's no pressure on you. You can mess it up a million times in training, doesn't matter. But the ball's come in, it's got a bit of a bounce in it, but you can't overthink it. He's a good enough player still to probably play that first time, but it's the doubt that goes into his mind. For me as well, once he takes that touch, he drops his head, and he actually would have had time. If his first reaction was bang, oh no, I made a mistake, go, he actually possibly could have stopped the square pass.
Who do you lay the blame on? Who do you lay the blame on for this pass?
It's the keeper.
For this goal.
It's the keeper, because he's the one who passes the ball. So if the player has to make the action and go towards it and show and give the option, because if he doesn't, then he's stitching the keeper up. But it's then up to the keeper to make that decision on the ball.
I think Archie Gray's probably still at an age where he'll learn from this to go, in future, do you know what? If we're away from home, probably don't get involved in certain things, because this goal was completely unavoidable. I love the fact that he wants to go in there and help the team out. He makes a conscious decision to go into there to do that. So he's obviously good enough to do that, which I really like. But I think in future he might just go, do you know what? I'll make his mind up for him by just staying away from it. So if you stay away from it, he knows he either passes it out to Van der Ven there or he goes long.
If that's the pattern of play they work on, if that's something they have to do, then he has to do it, doesn't he, Watto?
Well, that's
the
what
pass is criminal, Watto.
I think the decision and everything there, it's all the right stuff, but the weight and execution of Vicario's pass is what's compounded the problem. Because they would expect, I accept that in training, but the managers and coaches I know, even though it's not a match day and the environment is slightly different, would expect the opposition to press hard against it, so you're going to get some tempo against you, and we're going to make sure our patterns work. And when he's in there, he should expect that the goalie can play him that pass and they can get out, and that's the whole part of the game.
When you make that move in the game, so where he has to go late but fast. Yeah. So he can't offer that option too early, because if the pressure comes and it's too easy for the midfielder to press him. So he has to wait, almost to the last second and go fast. So he's never going to be receiving the ball at a doddle pace anyway.
No, he should. He should though.
Yeah, if he's done his work early, then he receives it.
The problem is the pass. The pass is horrific, right? Yeah. Because what it does is, not only has he played it to his back foot, which is
the detail's so bad.
The detail, and this is the most important part. The detail, right? Because he plays it to his back foot at pace and bobbling. Archie Gray must be thinking, what if he's played me this bad of a pass? Maybe I can take a touch. Do you know what I mean? It just puts an element of doubt. Sometimes communication isn't even needed. I know for a fact that if he rolls a little dolly into Archie Gray's right foot, he can come onto it, and even he might have to take a couple more steps to go towards the ball, right? But it's a much more comfortable just right foot first time into that.
But that's what the weighted pass should have been.
It should have been, and the goalie should have been going one. Yeah. As soon as he gets rid of the ball, Vicario, he looks like he is panicking. His feet are tappering away, and he literally just sticks his arm out here, and it offers nothing.
I think he hit it that hard. Gray had got no chance.
No chance.
I mean, even to bounce it on his left foot would have been like
it's horrific. As soon as you put it on your back foot there, you're asking for the player behind you to go, oh, here we go. Yeah. I'm nibbling this. But if you put it on that right foot, you've got your whole body shielding the player. You can shield the whole player. Just play it nicely into him. But the pass is just, it's so bad. It's so bad. And then the second goal as well. Like, I don't want this to turn into a bit of a goalkeeper bashing here, but the second goal here, Vicario just gets lost, mate.
What, is that Hudson-Odoi's goal?
He's fully lost.
But he's in an unbelievable position.
And
then he
fantastic.
He decides to take a step forward and
go out,
And then, shit. The ball's not where I wanted it to be.
He sees the player. I think it might be Elliot Anderson or somebody in there on about the 6-yard line. And Elliot Anderson, as the ball gets, he's literally just kicking it. Elliot Anderson just moves forward a metre. And so instead of Vicario just standing there and going, I'm just going to watch the flight of the ball, he just gets all attracted to this player, steps towards this player, and then goes, oh no. And by that time, it's too late. Balls go that quick. And
it's really poor.
With this said, we are coming up to halfway through the season. So is Thomas Frank still the guy? Because one of the questions I would have is, don't hire him if you're not prepared to work in a way that he's familiar with.
Yeah.
So all these signings, right, are they his signings? Or is he the manager of the football club or a coach?
Right, so I was thinking about this on the way in, and the best way I can try and help describe this or decide what I think, right, is I was thinking on the opposite foot, Nottingham Forest, for example, yeah? Been through an absolute turmoil, new managers, all this kind of stuff, right? Sean Dyche has come in, I think they've won 5 of their last 7 or something like that, whatever, yeah, in all competitions. And I'm thinking, how has Sean Dyche managed to get this Forest team from what they were, looking like they're going to get relegated, to this team now that are winning and on the front foot, yeah? And I don't think it's down to tactics. I don't think it's anything to do with tactics or this is the way and we're going to outthink them. And it's just about saying, right, if you are willing to get on the front foot and actually do the dirty work and press people and really stick your foot in where it hurts sometimes, right, then we'll work as a team and we've got a chance of doing it, right? But when you come up against a team who aren't willing to do that, I think the team that are going to be making more of an effort to get nasty, they'll win all the time.
Do you think
and
it's
I think
that
Forest,
simple?
And I just think it's that simple. And so I think even if you are Sean Dyche and you said Dyche, right, what's the most important thing about being a manager? Is it being the best tactician or is it about you as a person and what you demand of your players? I think even he will say, without doubt, it's me. It's me and what I make them players do. And if they don't do it, the culture. And if they don't do it, then they're not in my team.
Well, Frank's done it for 7 years successfully at Brentford. So
why not now at Tottenham?
What's going on?
Because he's on that next echelon of football club where the players might be on a similar, maybe a bit better than the players that were at Brentford, but they're on double the wages. And as soon as you introduce double the wages into players, yeah, and you say, no, I want you to get nasty and get your foot kicked and your ankle kicked, they go, I'm on £100 a week, mate. Do I need to get my ankle kicked?
That's my point on that. I mean, you've summed it up perfect, really, because Dyche's very simple philosophy to try and keep Forest in the league this year. But Tottenham going there, and I'd spoke on previous shows about Frank would have a game plan and a philosophy to get through these games. The one thing that we all know, whether you were at the game, watched the game, anything about it, Forest under Dyche at home on Sunday afternoon, we're going to be at it. And if you keep playing into their hands, you're never going to get momentum into the game. And ultimately, it could have been double what the score was.
It could, it really could.
Is this where like being a man manager is so important? Because if you're a bit too nice, bit too soft, bit too pally with the players, that also softens the players up. So you think of like an Ange or a Fergie in the past, they're a little bit prickly and they won't stand for any sort of nonsense where they just go, right, everyone's on edge, everyone's got to be at it, and that's the minimum requirement.
I just think that is just the most important thing, and that the bit for me, unfortunately, that Thomas Frank is lacking. And if he can notice it quickly now and start to actually really demand it of the players, Tottenham have got a chance. Because they've got some very good technical players.
Because he's nice, though, isn't he? Thomas Frank's nice.
He
and that's
comes
coming
off a little bit
the
too
players
nice.
Too much. They're too
I agree.
nice.
He got spiky after the game, though, didn't he? He didn't like one of the questions about Vicario's pass.
Yeah, but I want to see him do that with his players though, as well. Do you know what I mean? It's good. It's all good doing it in the press afterwards, but I need you to do that with the players, and that starts by them doing it on the pitch as well. Honestly, go and watch this Matthias Tell thing. I promise you'll pull your hair out and go, oh my God. Like, if you were his teammate, you would rollick him. You'll go, what are you doing? Like, they're attacking here. They've got the ball in the corner and you should be kicking it at him. But they've managed to get it all out, play it all out again. And
that's where you can make an example, though, in like an analysis meeting or something. But the thing is, it's hard because you don't want to just make it about Tell, but you want to show that clip and be like, this, no matter who it is,
he could have brought up about 10 different instances on Sunday, from that game. 10 different instances. And
if you want more out of it.
Look at this is not good enough. Look at this, it's not good enough. This is not good enough either.
But I think they'll break the first goal down like that, because I guarantee on Saturday in training, they'll work that pattern and they probably played it so easy.
Do it with eyes shut.
Who's got the better squad of footballers? Tottenham? Or Sunderland? Right, so we're going to move on to the Tyne-Wear Derby now, right? So you look at that game, and I know it was a derby game, but Sunderland, those boys were
outworked them, outfought them, wanted it more. That's the whole thing. Honestly,
they were at it, weren't they?
I'm not saying it's always going to work this way. It'll never always be this way, but majority of the time, if you've got a sort of evenly balanced team, the team that wants it more will win the game of football. Always. Simple as that, isn't it?
Is that, in terms of derbies across the UK, it's up there, isn't it? Up there? Is it
a proper one? Yeah.
What's better? Let me ask you what's better.
I think it's the best, personally. I do, for atmosphere, but then it's the only one I've ever seen and really...
Yeah, I think it's right up there.
Liverpool Man U used to be.
Yeah, that's what I mean, used to be. Liverpool, Everton...
It's a friendly derby, isn't it? No, it's called the friendly derby. No, it's known as the friendly derby.
It's definitely not a friendly derby.
No, but it's not like fierce.
But so
These
back in
two
the day,
hate
for
each
Man
other.
United fans, Liverpool was the big one. Yeah, Liverpool was the big one, and then obviously Man City became what they became, and it's always it's the Manchester derby, and you wanted to win it. It always used to be Liverpool.
Yeah.
But this is what we've been missing for such a long time, haven't we?
Yeah.
This is a proper one.
I obviously, a lot of the games you're just speaking to, I've not been involved in or been as a supporter. But I've been to a lot of derbies. I've worked the Birmingham derby. I've been to the Celtic derby. Been to the Sheffield derby. They're all spicy.
Yeah.
But like from the outside, it looks a real spicy one.
Yeah.
But I would have liked the opportunity to go watch one of them games. But because they've not played for a long time, I think that added to the intensity of it. But like, I think what we've just spoke about with Frank, it puts Eddie Howe under pressure straight away.
Massively,
because he's not fired for whatever reason. The team weren't fired up and ready for what seemed like the game for the fans is the game of the season, isn't it? You know what I mean? And obviously, look, the goals are a freak, but to come away with
They didn't
nothing,
really have any chances, though,
No,
did they? Newcastle,
I think they
to
had
be fair.
one shot
Robin
in the
Roos didn't. It's not like he made
Hey, I
save
like
after
him, by
save.
the way.
Really
I don't
good
know what
goal,
you
proper
do.
goalie, mate.
He's
He's been
still only
fantastic.
young as well, isn't he?
Mate, this
Brilliant.
season he's been an
Did you see him when he
absolute
come for that
revelation.
ball? There was a deep free kick, and it was on
it's good,
his
isn't it?
box, and he was
But
like,
that's
"I am
mentality.
coming for
It's
that ball."
That's what I mean. I'm having that all day. Like if I see as soon as I see a goalie do that, I think you've got it, mate.
But the best thing
Honestly,
I
you've
thought,
got
the
it.
whole thing I thought, were when Sunderland took the photo at the end. Because I'd forgot about the Newcastle.
Right there, Watto. Look
That's
at that.
the one. But I'd forgot about Newcastle doing it. And I think even a foreign manager, I think there'd have been enough from players from last time, staff, and I think that would have been a
You
motivation.
don't do that, though, do you? It comes back to bite you. If you do something, you've got to own it. And
I
you've got
love
to
this.
live up to it.
Mate,
That's what makes derbies. That's what makes it.
In a couple of years' time, and if Sunderland are an established Premier League team, they won't be doing this, right? But they've just been promoted, right? They haven't played a proper derby against Newcastle for, 10 years or something silly like this? This is their moment to
All
do
the
it.
noise
Right
over the last few years about Newcastle and how big it is.
But
and
even the
how
managers,
quite-
like at full time, you see the manager and what it meant to him. You could see he knew for them Sunderland fans how much it
But
meant.
I think this were all pre-planned all
It's
week.
good,
If
isn't it?
we
Yeah.
win this game and we're going to win this game, we're having
celebrating.
You know what I love about it though is that like you're right, Toes. It will come back and bite him in the ass, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
No.
it doesn't matter.
It's about that day and that
for
moment.
Now. For now,
Yeah.
damn right. They haven't had these.
But can
Sunderland
we
fans
just
have not
say
had
that
this.
friend of the show, Neil Cutler, did you see him after the game?
Oh,
He was like
yeah.
a young boy.
Yeah, I know.
It was
Buzzing,
amazing.
weren't it?
But that's what football does to you. That is what football does to you.
It does,
but like
doesn't it?
when Newcastle did it, like you knew it was going to hurt them, and fantastic for Sunderland.
To be fair,
To get the result and do it.
I think over like the last 8, 9, 10 Tyne-Wear derbies, I'm sure Newcastle haven't won one.
I think
Really,
they have them, they haven't won in 10. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
thinking of
10.
that Darren
10.
Bent hat-trick. Was it Darren Bent? He scored a hat-trick or a couple in
I have
in a
the
game or
memory of Di
something.
Canio at St James's Park when he managed Sunderland, like running down the side and stuff like that.
I see. I just remember the Newcastle 5-1. That's the only one I remember.
Welcome to a special part of today's episode called It Won't Let You Down, brought to you by Shaw. It's the festive part of the season, which means the fixtures are well and truly piling up. That also means there are plenty of goalkeeping performances to look at. So, who is looking good between the nets? Robert Sanchez is my first pick. 4 clean sheets for November, including a shutout against Barcelona in the Champions League. He's playing with a smile on his face, and we're finally seeing the best of the Spaniard in the Premier League. Emi Martinez is next. It's 5 wins out of 6 in November for Villa and 3 clean sheets in that time too. Some massive moments from the big Argentinian. The save against Wolves, tipping it onto the bar from point-blank range, was world class and for me is probably the best keeper in the league at this moment in time. And finally, Bart Verbruggen for Brighton. Now, Brighton are flying. 10 points out of a possible 12 for the month, and Bart himself has kept 3 clean sheets and saved a last-minute penalty against Brentford to secure all 3 points for the Seagulls. However, there can only be one winner, so my sure goalkeeper of the month for November goes to Robert Sanchez. He has been in fantastic form, really settled down into that Chelsea team, looking confident and assured, and it's no surprise the rest of the team are benefiting from having such a reliable goalkeeper behind them. We're all looking to perform at our best, so on the pitch and off it, Shaw's non-stop protection antiperspirants have 72-hour non-stop sweat and odour protection, so you can stay fresh and dry, whatever life throws at you. Shop now at Boots.
Anybody watch the Arsenal game, lads?
Yep.
Lucky boys, weren't they?
Very.
Lucky
Very,
boys.
very lucky.
I felt a little. I'm not the biggest Wolves fan in the world.
Not really.
I actually felt a little bit sorry for them in this game here. I really did.
It went off in our house when we got the equaliser. Like it went off big time.
Hey, honestly, if Arsenal don't win this game, that's it. It's a complete, oh my gosh, Man City would have been level on points, Villa right up behind them. It is on.
Is that one of those bits of luck that you need along the way?
But it's just moments in the season, isn't it? They happen. Not every game you're going to win 4-0. You're playing against bottom of the league. It's meant to be easy. There's been a lot of injuries, a lot of changes, and it does disrupt things. And, of course, there's obviously the question marks. City are catching them up. Yeah. Villa are doing really well. They lost last week against Villa. I know they beat Bruges in the week, but for me, that first goal, and they talked about offside, he's offside.
Yes,
Saka.
he's offside, yeah.
For me, he's offside. Match of the day, they tried to clear it up. That it wasn't offside.
They went through the rules.
Yeah, they went through the rules, but he's definitely offside because he influences that defender. He makes that defender head the ball by where he is.
I agree.
So it's offside. I mean, as an Arsenal fan, I'm saying that is offside.
I hate that ruling where they say about, we didn't influence it. He's there, right? His very presence there is making the defender act.
Well, if Saka's not there, the defender just ducks and lets it go for a goal kick.
So, should we talk about the actual goal then? The corner?
Yeah.
Go on, break it down. What would you be saying to Sam Johnston today as a debrief for that goal?
Shame, he did all right.
But it's the life of a goal, innit? And we spoke on the show the week before about a corner going in, didn't we? So I think, but you watch, and he would have watched with the goalie coach so many times all this, and you know, the way they load up, it's probably deep. Yeah. So it's the positioning, body angle, and waiting. But then, if I were the coach that week, and you know Arsenal set piece stuff, you're working on your explosiveness, working backwards, but from a good start. Yeah. He never got nowhere near that. Look, it's really unlucky.
He did. He touched it before on the post, didn't
he? But he's still got his hand onto it.
Yeah, he'll be really disappointed.
He can't once he's in that position, right? He gets too excited and attracted and starts to edge forward a little bit, right? But what you've got to do is you've got to stay in your little slot, which is about sort of 3/4 of the way back of the goal, kind of thing, basically. So you know, because it's easier to come forward than it is to go back. So you leave more of a gap at the front of the goal, knowing you can run forward a lot quicker, and you leave a bit of a space behind you. You don't get attracted to the ball, though. You stand and wait, especially when it's them. Especially when it's Arsenal. You know the quality is unreal, right? You've just got to wait. And then when you go for it and execute it, if you're getting your hand on it, you have to get it away from the goal. You can't just flick it onto the post. You can't. It's not good enough. It has to go over or wide. And he didn't execute it properly. So he'll be gutted today, I promise you. But as a goalie coach, you'd be saying, I need you to stay still. Yeah. Stay still in your slot, and that cannot be clipped onto the post.
You look more composed as well as a keeper if you're just solid and stay still rather than like bouncing around. Well, they not wear finger saves anymore, these keepers. Do you remember back in the day, you'd have had a stronger hand.
Finger saves.
Horrible things then. But for me, he knows what's coming that week, and it's about you obviously lose your height as you're working back anyway. Yeah. So you've got to be stronger in your set and braver in your start position. And it's 2 contacts and then full extension. That should be enough to clear the goal frame or get it out of the danger area. And I think it's that simple, and that's why I'll be disappointed.
It's a little bit like a defender. When the ball goes over your head, you've got to have certain foot patterns to get the jump and reach out at its highest
big
point.
Bang. Yeah,
at its highest point.
That's it, and it's the shoulders and body shape that enables you. So if his body shape's right, it's 1-2 back and then full extension. that should be enough. Yeah. And look, I know it's a millisecond of a moment, but it's really hard for him.
It's unlucky as well.
It's cost Wolves on it, but it's, From the point, like Arsenal, if they go on and win this title, that will be a game they look at, because 100%. They weren't great in the game, score that goal, they're 1-0 up, and then, to be fair, Wolves, obviously at 1-0, even against Arsenal at home, you get some momentum because Arsenal have got it all to lose and you've got nothing to lose. Yeah. And they sank a bit deeper. It's a great goal, isn't it?
Yeah, but this goal does my head in from a defensive point of view. So Ekitike, isn't it, is the defender. Yeah. This is where, like, for me, I would never be... people get too worried about the player. Yeah. And I know people say, like, spaces don't score goals, but he's got to get out with his team and leave the player. If he leaves the player alone, he's offside. Yeah. But because he's so focused on... They want to be strong and show everyone how strong they are, and get too involved with the player. He's always going to be the second best because
if he's like made a decision, he's going to get involved in the player, and he's getting touch tight. Hasn't he still then got to come round more?
Yeah, he's got to get round the back side, hasn't he?
Yeah, got to be ball side. He can't just like stand behind him, can he?
No. You've got to be like tight, but like head
even into
right
chest. The player can get there first. So if he's going to do that kind of marking, right round, tuck yourself right round.
Right round, ball side definitely,
but I was a little bit. I was disappointed with Arsenal how they sat back, And I think that will be their undoing. Because if they're doing this now at this stage of the season by getting nervous about trying to see a game out and sitting back like they did for 10 minutes or so, because for 10 minutes Wolves absolutely dominated. They had the ball and Arsenal were like, right, let's just see this game out.
You're worrying about the mentality again, aren't you? Because they got beat at Villa, which we know Villa are on fire, and we'll talk about them later, and a tough place to go. But they've got the bottom of the league, and the expectation and the weight of that expectation. I mean, I think they'll have got in at the end of the game and just gone. I don't even. Just breathe.
Yeah, but you have off days, you have bad days, and let's be honest. Like, look at the amount of injuries they've got. Yeah, that for me, that is Arteta's fault.
Good point.
Because if you look at games like Bruges in the week, they're 3-0 up.
Yeah.
Just bring off 5 players.
Yeah.
Bring 5 players straight off. Rest them, your best players. Get them off the pitch, like because you're 3-0 up.
We'll go to Man City quickly in a minute because I just love the way that they're just on one now. The steamrolling team. It could have been a difficult match against Palace, by the way, but they just steamrolled it. Before we move on though, Gyökeres. What's happening with Gyökeres, right? Because I didn't really see him. In the game.
He had 5 touches in the first half.
Exactly. Exactly that. You've absolutely proved my point then. I didn't know this, but I just remember thinking, like, why? Like, you watch City, you know there's a clear pathway of how they're trying to play to get the ball into the box, to get it onto Haaland to do something, right?
But let's be honest, is nowhere near as good as Haaland.
No.
But how many times did Haaland touch the ball before he scored the goal today? In the game, sorry.
Not a lot.
Yesterday.
Not a lot.
But that's because everyone's backing Haaland, and when he has their moments where it comes over and he heads it in, they're backing him. Whereas Gyökeres, he's almost second best on 2 headers.
I feel like they're not actually trying to trust him to get the ball into them areas for him. Whereas City can trust a Haaland because they know he's lethal and he will score it. So what's the point of playing him there then? Do you know what I mean? If Gyökeres, if they're not going to trust him to actually finish these chances, they're not actually going to put them balls in for him. What's the point of it?
But also he's been out injured, hasn't he? So he is, again, getting back up to speed. I know that there is training and stuff like that, but they want to give him confidence, they want to give him minutes, and these are the type of games where you think he's going to go and get 2 or 3 goals. And I know he didn't.
If you're him, you're thinking this week, like, this is my moment. Without being disrespectful to Wolves or the team. We're at home. This is where I've got to get back into it. Hopefully, I'm going to get fed some good opportunities. But then when he got half chances, he was snatching at everything because he obviously wants it. But look, it was a real poor performance.
Johnson made a good save off him, didn't he?
Yeah.
The thing that worries me about him is there's just long periods of the game where you
don't see him.
You just don't even know he's on the pitch.
There was one period where he got the ball and he did well with it. He kept it simple, played it back, and then he got it back again. And he went on a bit of a run. But he didn't know what he was doing on the run. No. And he ended up just kicking it straight at a Wolves player in central midfield. And I thought, a real technical gifted player here who's comfortable on the ball goes to do that, but then just cuts inside again and he's on the attack.
But he was so good at, like, I remember at Coventry, picking the ball up halfway line and just powering
past people.
Because he had all that space. But this is where Arsenal got a bit unstuck last season when they're playing against a real compact low block team where you thought a Gyökeres that come in, balls would be coming in the box and he'd be dominating and winning his headers like a Haaland is, but he isn't.
It's an interesting one, isn't it? City. We're going to talk about Liverpool, Mo Salah in a minute, but City they're just on one now, lads. Relentless. I still think they're going to win the league, lads. I do.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I think they're going to win the league.
I think they've won 5 in a row in the Prem now.
Mate,
so
Palace is a tough old place to go.
Yeah.
Away at Crystal Palace is a really tough place to go.
He had the one-on-one.
The first chance of the match.
Yeah, he did, crossbarriers, didn't he? Yeah. But still, just to comfortably dispatch them 3-0 like that.
It's those moments where, like, Palace weren't bad. I don't think it was a kind of 3-0 game, really. But they were just ruthless.
Yeah, ruthless.
Like when they had those chances, they were just ruthless.
But that's Arsenal are wanting that big gap of points. They're open, right? We've managed to scrape against Wolves. A real tough game for City. Come on, Palace. Here we are. And City just have that knack of keep going. And it's the pressure that will build on Arsenal because City know time after time, relentless pursuit of whoever they've pursued over the years. I mean, normally it get to January and they normally win 15, 16 on the spin and it's all over in it. But Arsenal know that. I don't think there's ever going to be massive daylight now. I think it's going to be tight all the way, and obviously it's predominantly, I think, going to be between them two. Look, I think Emery's done remarkable stuff with Villa, but I can't see them being able to maintain as much as Arsenal.
Why?
And I just think he's going to really want a trophy for Villa, and I think he's going to go big for that Europa stuff at a certain point, and ultimately that might cost him.
What do you think Villa fans would rather? Second in the Premier League or winning the trophy.
Europa trophy.
They've got to win a trophy, mate. I think a trophy's. I think it's phenomenal for any team. But going back to City, I think ultimately we know about Haaland's qualities, but like from a coaching perspective, you see Guardiola when it comes across and he's giving
doing
it.
Doing it.
But what? I mean, it's just poetry in motion, isn't it? And you'd want to be touch tighter, of course, and not give him a free header. But the ball was perfect. He's just pulled away. It can't be any better.
Sometimes having that much time to see the ball and that much time to be able
it's harder to head it.
It's harder.
Yeah, but for him it just looks
because everybody's watching that. The goalie gets his real chance to watch his eyes and his head and watch where he's going to put it. And to still put it in the corner and find the corner, I'm just like, oh.
It's just the fact that when the moments come for him, he just does everything right.
Yeah,
Back across the goal, down on
the
floor.
pre-prep work to get himself in the positions where he's able to actually fire or to header it or to volley or something. His pre-prep work, his little feet, they're phenomenal. He works so much harder than everybody else. That's why he gets into them positions, because he's already done those little steps, the little work, and he's good to go before the players even reacted.
I think he's a guarantee, isn't he, in terms of his sustainability. He's going to keep playing and he's going to keep scoring.
Well, he started now on the road to the next 100, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Two already straight away.
And Foden's the one, though. I think so much of this City team, and if they are going to win the league, he's got to have this element of consistency now, where I'm not suggesting he carries on at the rate he's at. He's scored a mad amount of goals.
Yeah, but he can, though, because the season before last, he did, didn't he?
Yeah, he can. He really can. He's done it before. He's had a little bit of a lull for a good year and a half or so, but now he looks like he's back.
Well, he's loving football and he's playing with a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
And when you get that level, and it's like that team, to be fair now, I think they're playing at such a level because nobody saw that coming, Palace. No. And Palace did have moments in the game, you know what I mean? But City are just ruthless, and it's gonna be a great time.
What City, when they were so good, they had like people that could put the ball away from outside the box, like a Foden does at the moment, and obviously De Bruyne in the past.
Yeah.
Look at Morgan Rogers doing it for Aston Villa, but like Arsenal don't have that.
No,
if it ever gets unstuck on the edge of the box, Odegaard doesn't really.
Even when he does, mate, his long distance shooting is horrific. It has always been.
It's not much behind it. So like little details like that, you know, come up against an unstuck defence and they can pull the trigger on the edge of the box. Sometimes you need a bit of a worldie, smacking through a sea of bodies and stuff like that. Goalie can't see it. You need those people to chip in with goals from 20, 25 yards sometimes. Yeah. Can't rely on
Arsenal
set
can't
pieces
rely
all
on
the
set
time.
pieces.
Can't rely on it being a well-worked, magical goal every time. Sometimes you just need somebody to get the foot through it.
Ruben Diaz had one a couple of weeks ago, didn't he?
Yeah, he did have one, didn't he, Ruby? Yeah.
Should we do a little review of our Monday night football from last week?
Yes.
Remember we said we were going to start a little league table. So 1 point for the right result.
Yeah.
And 3 points for the exact result.
Okay.
So what were you, Fozzie?
I can't remember.
Oh, you were 1-1, weren't you?
I think so, yeah.
What were you? You were.
Yeah. I was just saying if you remembered or not.
Oh, you not got them written down?
Yeah, well, I said 1-1, right? And I still backed myself that it was a worthwhile guess because, honestly, I think Wolves were better than 4-1. It wasn't a 4-1 game. United obviously scored the goals when they scored the goals, but Wolves don't half shoot themselves in the foot. Blumming.
Well, you say this is the problem. For 2 weeks running, we've done this now, and it's been 2 losses and 6 goals.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. What did you say?
I said 3-0, so I got 1 point.
Yeah.
I went 2-0. I didn't see Wolves scoring, so.
Yeah.
What did you do?
I said 3-1, and it was 4-1.
Oh, I tell you what. 1-1-1-0.
Yeah, so we're going into this week 1-1, 1-0, and then this week we've got United again. United versus Bournemouth.
Ooh, this is
one for you. I was surprised. I looked at the league table today. I was really surprised with Bournemouth.
Where they are.
Yeah. I'm really surprised.
They've had a rotten run, haven't they?
Yes.
They've had
really dropped off.
About 15th?
15th.
So what do you reckon? I reckon United are going to dispatch them tonight.
I don't, because they're at Old Trafford.
Do you think they struggle at Old Trafford?
Yeah. I think it'd be 1 each.
I'm going, because I think Bournemouth have surprised me when I looked at, but I'm going to go for a sneaky 2-1 Bournemouth.
Yeah. It's a really tough one to call, this is, tonight.
I'm going 3-1 United.
I'm going 2-1 United. No, 2-0 United I'm going to go. Clean sheet for my boy, Stanley Lemens.
2-1 Bournemouth.
2-1 Bournemouth. Oh, wow, we're all different, yeah.
Yeah, this will be a good one, this
That'll
one.
be a good game, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a good game, this. I agree, though. Bournemouth fell right off there.
It really surprised me when I looked
from the start to the season, where I remember them being third, fourth.
And I still like watching them play. I think they've done great.
Yeah.
But they've just not got
Could be a good
points
game
on
tonight,
board.
couldn't it?
It should be a good
Could be a good game tonight. Right, what is Toes? What's Enzo Maresca doing?
Honestly, I don't know. He's just trying to like create.
What did you call it earlier?
Trying to get himself sacked.
Pathetic, you said earlier.
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
He's trying to get himself sacked, isn't he? Surely, like what?
bizarre.
It's like a cryptic message in a medium in a meeting.
But it came out of nowhere.
But out of nowhere, he's the one who's instigated, a bit like Mo Salah did like last week or the week before. But he also hasn't said what's been said or what. It was so bad.
Yeah.
He said, sorry, Toad. He said the last 48 hours has been the worst 48 hours since I joined the club because many people didn't support us.
That's a massive. That's asking for trouble. That is calling out somebody higher up in the football club. Internal
Politics,
problems going on. Somebody somewhere is not backing the team and not backing what Maresca's doing, and that is him just getting his little dig in first.
It's again, it's all around context. And last week I was probably not siding with Mo Salah, but what I said was it depends on the level of communication from Slot. And as it transpires after the show, Slot came out and said, no, I have been talking to him, and that changes things a little bit. Yeah. And I think it's the same with this. Like, what's gone on? Because if he's come out firing like that, and he hasn't spoke to the hierarchy, that's cowardly in my opinion.
It's just a whole problem. The whole thing's a problem. Yeah. Even if it's cowardly, even if he's saying it with a real reason and justifiably, then either way, there's problems. Yeah, it is
massive problem for me. But has he done enough over the period as manager to publicly come out with that rather than keep it internal?
Yeah.
Because when you put it out there, you're opening a can of worms.
Yeah.
We're discussing it here. Everybody else will be discussing it. You've got to feel as though you're pretty untouchable as manager or a Salah.
The problem he's got is if they'd have done this a month ago when they've just drawn against Arsenal, then you can understand it, right? Because they're flying high, they're right, they're challengers, they are, and then they've dropped off a cliff, Last 4 or 5 games, absolutely dropped off a cliff, and decided to do it now. And I'm thinking, mate, come on. Like, you did this last season, you were absolutely flying, and then you came out and said, well, we're not in a title race, and Chelsea fell off a cliff. And now they did a little mini version of that over the last month or so. So I just don't get the timing.
I think he's stiffed himself either way, right? Because if he has gone to the hierarchy and had a conversation and had those discussions, he's then come away and brought the conversation away and gone into the media.
Told everybody else about
and then on the flip side, if he hasn't had the conversation, why hasn't he? Because they'll be fuming that he hasn't gone, well, why haven't you gone and spoke to them first?
It's so childish, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, just sort it out as like men or adults or whatever.
Agree,
Just sort it out. Go and confront the situation. Go and be a man about
everybody
it.
does it now to just sort of. They've got to get their little version of events over. Just because if he does get sacked, then he's got a reason why.
Well, come out and say it after.
What do you reckon has happened then? Because
I don't, mate. But that's what I'm saying. What's the end game here? This does nothing to help that football team.
Someone's basically probably in the board questioned him to someone else, saying, is he really the man?
Rumour would have got about, word would have been said, apparently he's not having him, that's it.
But now the players are going to be, that's going to be topic of conversation this morning in the change room.
Of course it will. Well, it probably would have been beforehand. It definitely is now anyway. But the game, fair play, fantastic win.
Really good
I think Everton are a decent team, to be fair, but it was a fairly straightforward win, in fairness, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought they were obviously the better team, weren't they? Everton had a few moments, didn't they? Really had a chance at the back post, hit the post later on, but in essence, Chelsea.
He was quick to blow his own trumpet as well in the media, wasn't he? When he said about 2 inverted fullbacks playing in midfield. First person to ever do it.
Genius.
But to be fair, two great guys. Great to see Palmer come back and score his goal.
Yeah.
With absolute, as soon as the ball fell to him there, you just knew it was a goal.
Just gonna slap it in.
And Gusto as well, making his run deep.
Is this fullback thing, Watto, like a new thing? I was like, you know, when you watch football, right, and we all watch football sometimes where you're on your phone, and I wouldn't say you actively watch it, but like on the Wolves game, for example, I was like actively watching it, trying to pay attention to what was going on. And this modern day fullback thing of like almost like with Arsenal, like when Ben White was before he got injured, he was like,
they don't play as fullbacks anymore.
So bizarre, isn't it?
You're coming into a midfield area where you're trying to make it a numbers game, or half the time when the play's not with you when you've made the numbers game here. Cucurella, obviously at Chelsea, is one, where then he becomes the third forward in the forward line.
Yeah.
You know, but it's not reinventing the wheel, because a lot of fullbacks have played these type of positions before, because naturally the bigger teams at home, you've got to make it a numbers game at certain areas of the field.
But it's good when you're playing a man-for-man game. If the opposition trying to turn it into a man-for-man game, a bit like what Leeds used to do and what teams are starting to do now, when you take people like that out of fullbacks out of their positions and put them higher, they're then relying on the wingers to track back and follow them, who are probably the least
to be doing
likely to do
I
that.
get it when they play higher, but it's like sometimes, like Ben White, for example, a couple of times he popped up, or with Arsenal, the fullbacks, they're inverted and they're high, so they're almost, instead of being a winger, they're almost like a 10.
Yeah,
There's probably genuinely only 3 or 4 positions on a football pitch now where they actually are their position. Probably the centre-backs, your goalkeeper, and maybe a striker.
If you play with an old-fashioned nine.
Everybody else is just... Yeah. Oh, mate, if you look at the heat maps after games and you look at the actual... average position of each player. They're not right back isn't a right back. Centre midfield and a centre mid. They're all over the place. They'll find what works in that game. The best players do anyway. They'll find the weakness on the pitch there and then in front of them, and they'll go and exploit it for that game.
I think it's these rotations that are key, and that's why I think top coaches and managers now are judged by the in-game stuff, because what actually happens in the game, you've got to fix from the sideline. Yeah. So whether it's Cucurella playing really inside or really on the last line, they're the details that you've got to, situations that you've got to think quickly on your feet, and you've got to try and get an answer for what your team. You've got to nip it in the bud or know where your transition is going to hurt them.
This is why I think that, that City team, the proper City team, Maguire, I think that's, for me, is why I think that's the best ever Premier League team, because they had... Every one of them players on the team would just find it on the pitch. They would know the weakness on that pitch and they would just go and exploit it. You didn't even need Pep on the sidelines telling them what to do or trying to fix it for them. They could do it, and they would. I bet you there'd be times where they'd get like a breaking play or they'll get in at half-time and the gaffer would go, right, just keep doing that. And he'd be like, yeah, I know, he's letting me, showing me down the outside or showing me inside and I'm just exploiting. He's like, yeah, perfect.
Everyone always says that about the different style, obviously, but everyone always says that about the Leicester team, how...
Yeah, they found a way of it working,
They knew themselves, without being disrespectful,
they had a plan A, and
we've had a few people that have said you could have had anyone on the manager and we'd have won
They never had to change anything for any game. They had it set for every single game. And what fell into their laps was that every time a team played against them, they were thinking, this is Leicester. We do not need to show them this much respect. This is Leicester, right? And Leicester went, cheers, appreciate that.
What else is key in that, though? Is not getting bored of doing it.
Yeah.
Because that's
true,
a lot of people do get bored of doing it. So say even if you've got like a local team now and they keep punishing them down the right-hand side, you'll get the left winger going, oh, hang on, I ain't got the ball. I'm thinking, don't care.
Unlucky, mate.
We're absolutely punishing them down the right-hand side. Your time will come. Whereas Leicester did that. They had a blueprint.
Yeah,
that was it. They stuck to it and it never got
relentless.
Who plays... right, Fozzie, we got a plethora of 10s that are firing at the moment. Heavy word. Rodgers, Palmer, Foden, Bellingham, all...
Mate, you can stick a load more in there as well. Eze's on fire at the minute, can do a bit of that as well. It's stupid to try and pick it now. It's stupid to try and pick it now. Like Theo Walcott was saying at the weekend, weren't he, on Match of the Day, that Rodgers has to start, 100% has to start. Mate, you've got 4 months left between now and the end of the season. 5 months, yeah? There's no point in trying to even say who's going to start now. What you need to do is wait till that last month of the season, last 6 weeks probably, and then go, right, who is really popping? Who is really on form? Looks like they are fit as a fiddle and confident. That's when you'll start.
It's interesting, though, Rodgers kind of coming, playing more on the left-hand side.
Yeah. He's brilliant, though, because he offers a bit more. He's a bit different to the other ones as well. He's a bit like a Bellingham, really, isn't he? Where he's got that power,
more complete.
Gets on the ball and bullies people out of the way, and happy to shoot as well.
But the point you make is, we are 4 or 5 months away from a tournament. 6 weeks ago, the Villa fans were very unhappy with Morgan Rodgers and his performance.
And
it changes like that.
6 weeks ago, Foden as well?
Yeah, no, exactly. So look,
changes so quick.
And that's the benefit of being an England manager or coach at the time. You can pick on actual end of season form, who's got the mentality, who's won a trophy, who's a bit less, because, just say Arsenal don't win it, ours Rice going into it mentally. If City have won it, Foden's flying. Where does Palmer fit in at Chelsea? What have Villa done or not done?
Yeah.
There's so many permutations. It's very difficult. What's nice for us is that all these guys are top players, and at the minute they're on good form.
And they'll all be needed, like we've said anyway.
Yeah.
They will be needed.
The beauty of it is that come 6 weeks to go, or a month to go, or 2 weeks to go, that we have, even if 2 or 3 of them drop off, we've still got 2 or 3 that you'd like to think would be popping.
So, I saw your podcast with the rugby guys, and it said about the Lions. You were asking about the Lions' bonuses and stuff. So obviously, when you've been away with England, does everyone get the bonus, or is it just the players that are playing?
No, everyone gets the bonus.
Because so important, because you want everyone together, don't you?
Yeah, everyone gets the bonus. Everybody is part of. If you play all the games, you get paid more money because that's just. I think it's to do with how many minutes you play. You're giving your match bonuses away anyway. Yeah, you give them away, but if you're away for a major tournament, for example, all the money that gets put into a sponsorship pot for the England team for that tournament, for example, gets divvied up and the players get, I don't know, 20%, 15% to spread amongst the team or whatever. I suppose in this day and age, it's probably not necessarily needed, really, is it, to be honest with you? When players are on 200 grand a week, and you're getting a bonus check for 100 grand from England for going away, it's, probably don't touch the sides for them either way. But that's just how it works anyway. Yeah, that's how it works. It's interesting to find out that they get paid like a good decent-ish whack, really, don't they? If they're going away with British and Irish Lions, they're away for 7 weeks or whatever, and they're getting best part of sort of like 50, 60, 70
So
grand.
they should do.
Yeah,
It's like the big thing about the Ryder Cup last year about the Americans, wasn't it? And
I
it's
don't like that.
What? You don't like that?
I don't like that they're getting paid that kind of money.
If the organisation, right, the American PGA, whoever they are, if they're making loads of money from it,
Somebody has to get paid somewhere.
So someone needs
to
get paid.
When it hasn't been that way for such a long time, I think it changes it. If it's always been the way that people get paid a bonus or get something for doing it, especially when it's it's Europe, the USA, it's supposed to be about pride, it's about that badge on your chest, right? Then I don't think you change it.
But the reality is, if you're in either of them teams and you get paid or you don't get paid, you, by being in that team, whichever one you're representing, the fallback for you is massive behind it. Yeah. So that's why I don't necessarily think they need to pay you.
Don't you? You feel your worth if you're...
I know, yeah. He's told me as well, Watto, how much he got paid when he went away with the Brazil World Cup. Oh, my God, honestly, as a coach, he was on bundles of money. Highest paid goalie coach at the tournament.
Hold on a minute.
Highest paid goalie coach at the tournament.
Who told you that?
You. Right, massive deviation. Where are we, lads?
What about Villa winning 9 in a row?
I know. Should we talk about Villa? Because this is just ridiculous now. How many times can they keep doing this as well, by the way?
Well, mate, because I was at that dinner yesterday and we'd got one phone with Villa, one phone watching Spurs. When they conceded after 30 seconds?
With these phones, were they at the dinner table?
Yeah, we weren't eating at 2 o'clock at kick-off. Yeah. So I saw this straight away because Ethan's on it. One down after 30 seconds. Right, let's have a look. I couldn't believe it because it was such a big game for West Ham, and I thought if they got in front against Villa, they should be able to manage the game. Nuno's quite clever, but Villa were just better. So much better.
All over the pitch.
All over the pitch, yeah.
It was a poor goalkeeping for the first one, Bizot. You can't drop down like that.
No, and you don't like his head, do you?
You can't drop down like that. He turns everything away.
So he
drops down and turns all himself away.
Bizot.
You can't do it. 30 seconds into the game, it's just...
But that's going to be a big thing for Villa if Martinez keeps picking things up, or I don't know whether Emery's changing it for whatever reason. But the drop-off between them two goalies is huge.
Massive,
and he's cost them a few goals, but the team have had enough to get him through it.
I can't wait to see what Villa do in Jan, because I think they've been brilliant for a number of seasons now, and I think the team's kind of reaching the maturity now where they might have the staying power.
I don't know what their PSR looks like. If they could drop 100 mil in the January transfer window on a couple of big players, they've got half a chance,
Well, I don't know, but
striker.
Yeah, maybe, but they had to sell, didn't they, in the summer?
Yeah, so that's what I mean.
I'm not sure.
I don't know what the PSR is.
Where do you think, Watto? Where do you think they could do with where on the pitch could they do with 1 or 2 more? Do you reckon? Because Lindelof came in at the weekend, and I know they've got a couple of injuries, but I straight away I thought, is he quite to the level?
Up to speed of that. He's not a Conser or a Mings, is he really?
You know what? I think a real 9 to compete up there. Like Marlon does okay. Watkins has been a bit hit and miss this year. I think that if they could recruit in January like they did last year and bring some top quality in at the top end of the field in terms of a 9. Yeah. But like most teams would still be saying a 9 can be the game changer for them, because I think they're pretty solid and strong all over the field and the tactics of the game suit them. But you've got to get match winners higher up the field, I think.
They don't grow on bloody trees, do they?
Honestly, they're the risky ones as well. Honestly, that number 9, they're the ones who it has to be right, because it's the big money to buy and then it's the big wages every single week.
Rashford probably didn't work last year, did
No, I wouldn't say it would have worked. And everybody wants that player, but they are the big risky ones. So if Villa had 100 mil, for example, I don't know if they have, a big striker's at least 50 mil. A big striker's at least 50 mil. So that's virtually all, their budget is shot on one player then.
Yeah.
To be fair, one striker who's not doing bad for that amount of money is Ekitike, isn't he?
Oh, mate, what a player.
I mean, do you know what I love as well? Is the fact that he's come in and his attitude has been like, I don't give a shit
I'm
about
just doing
how much
it, yeah.
you paid for Isak.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about Mo Salah.
Yeah.
I'm going to come in and show that I can be that player.
Do you know his goal, right? Do you know what I really liked about his goal? And I think the goalie was so surprised of Verbruggen because he took it so quickly, A lot of players wait for that ball to drop perfectly and wait for the perfect time to do it. The first sniff he got of being able to strike it, bang, straight on it.
He's a bit unorthodox. He's a bit unorthodox. He's got those like elasticy type legs where he will just kind of he doesn't work to conventional angles.
No, it's like Tozer. He took a bad touch, right? And a lot of players in that position then compound that by waiting for the perfect to bounce, and then bang, right? By which time the player's already come and got a smash it and got a tackle in. But he didn't. He took the touch, and the very first opportunity he got to swing at it, he swung at it, and I thought, oh, that's lovely. That
has he got 7? Is he 7 for the season now, Jay? If you could just go back a slide.
What are you thinking if you're Isaac here? Because I am not taking him out my team. If I'm the manager, I'm not taking Ekitike out my team. He's staying.
Looks like a lot of money for Isaac, doesn't it?
An awful lot.
This is now a test of Isak's character, isn't it? Because he's gone in there, the big man, probably on an absolute fortune.
Wedge.
Does he go, oh well, cigar out and just
take it easy? Let you do it, Hugo.
Yeah.
It'd be really interesting to see. Don't get me wrong, it's probably a good problem to have, but still, you just need your striker scoring. And even if it is Ekitike, he's scoring. How much
was Isak? 125.
20. Ekitike was 60 odd, though, wasn't he? Yeah.
67 maybe.
So that's what I mean. It's not like a £60 million striker is a starting striker for 18 out of 20 Premier League clubs mainly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is.
Got to be, for sure.
So if I'm Ekitike, I'm thinking, hang on a minute, like, I should be starting anyway, to be perfectly honest with you.
Well, he's certainly done well with the goals.
Yeah, he has, They needed this, Liverpool,
It
didn't
made
they?
me laugh, though, when obviously Salah takes the corner, doesn't he, for the header, but they're all raving it's a Salah assist. I mean, I'm not quite sure what Brighton's setup is, that he just heads it from about 3 yards at the back post.
Unreal, wasn't it?
But we'll claim a Salah assist.
Completely unmarked in an absolute acre of space.
When Salah came on, did you know the reception was going to be so positive?
Yeah, I kind of did.
Yeah.
Everybody needs Mo Salah to be back popping, don't they? At the end of the day, everybody needs him to be popping. And I think Liverpool fans have probably got... There would have been a few little murmurs and boos, but the majority were... Like, it was positive, and I think that just dampened everything and even made the booers go, yeah, actually, let's get on board with this.
Do you think he'll find form again? Because I was reading stuff over the weekend, and I'll be honest, that I thought it was a load of bullshit. People going, do you know what? He actually wasn't that good last season. And I'm thinking, behave yourself.
If you look at the chances that he's having, he had on, was it yesterday?
Yeah.
When he had played the game, he normally punishes you.
Yeah,
takes it. Even the little pass, the pass that goes through and he overhits it, that it just shows you that people are confidence. When he's confident,
it's everything.
It's everything. Yeah. Inside of foot, outside of foot, near post, far post. Whereas now he's overthinking everything. He's almost trying too hard.
He's desperate for a goal, isn't he?
Trying way too hard. And I think, well, it looks like he's probably... Is he off?
His record's a joke, right? And he will be back, and he's absolutely fine. He's still Mo Salah. It's as simple as that. And he's just broke the record for the player with the most goals and the most assists for one club.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool, isn't it? To be fair, it's Mo Salah. Come on, right? Everybody needs him back popping. Liverpool need him back popping.
He's 33.
This doesn't matter. He's fine.
You know
Mo
what
Salah's
I think
fine.
the biggest challenge Liverpool have is away now with Egypt.
Yeah.
If a Saudi team come in with a reasonable offer January, after all this that's happened, and obviously we'll say a dip in form, because of the level he's been at, it is a dip in form, and all the stuff that's happened, if a Saudi come in with 60, 70, 80 to Liverpool...
It's a big question.
It's a big question.
If you were the decision maker at Liverpool, Watto, what would and that offer came in, what would you do?
In the moment we're in now, I would let him go.
Yeah, they'd sell him. I think they'd sell him as well.
I heard someone saying on TalkSport on the way, it was on Saturday actually, Saturday night, so they must have played Saturday, not yesterday, sorry.
Yeah.
They were saying that he's been that good for him that he deserves to have a run of 25 games. Some guy rang up and said
nobody can have a run of 25 games.
Slot couldn't afford to give him 25 games, said he would have lost his job.
The whole point of nobody ever in the history of football should be afforded this luxury, right? Because if somebody says, right, you've got 25 games in my team, automatically you go, well, I can do what I want then, yeah? You don't do that. You don't give anybody that luxury, right? You give footballers an inch, they'll take a mile, I promise you, right? I'm not saying Mo Salah would do this because he's a proper guy, right? But That's why you keep them going. You keep them demanding every day. Every day you demand.
Yeah, sure.
Training, off the pitch, on the pitch, everything you demand from them so that the next game they step up again and they give you everything they've got.
So what would you do if, same question to you, if you
70 mil, sell him.
Yeah?
Yeah. 100%.
I think Liverpool, under all the noise and fluff, will be praying that something like that happens.
I hope they don't, though, because I love Mo Salah. I do. I love watching Mo Salah. I love him.
Phenomenal.
I do. I love him.
But
I want to see him back popping.
If you flip it into business as well now, forget his form. They give him 2 years.
Yeah, it's the business of it.
He's
It's the
18
business
months
of it,
left. If somebody comes in at that point,
it's
and look,
a
they
no-brainer.
spent so much money last time out, they could invest in a Mark Gay early. And I think
look
just
at
the whole model.
And what makes it better is they're actually better without him at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, look at the situation they're in terms of, look at the financials. You've got Salah, who's on however many hundreds of thousands of pounds a week. You've got Florian Wirtz, who is playing, but he'll be on obscene money. You've got Isak, who's been sitting on the bench at 125 million quid. The salary's going to match.
Yeah.
So he's going to be on hundreds of thousands of pounds.
What do you reckon Isak is on?
350.
250, 280.
They split the change, 300, yeah?
I'm around 300.
Virgil,
Easy.
be on about that.
I reckon he might be on 400, you know.
Mo Salah will be on...
350, 400.
Him and Virgil will be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's incredible. But I think it also really empowers Slot again, and I think it gets everybody behind the club because I thought he's actually handled the affair quite well, hasn't he? Slot,
Yeah.
to be fair to him.
We've got a bit of a... Jamie's just gone on liverpoolpayroll.com. It's not called that, But it gives us like a bit of an overview of what people reckon.
Sage.
Yeah. So they reckon
can't read
Mo's
that,
on 400 a week, Virgil's on 350. I had it fine, Jay, you absolutely killed me.
What's Isak on?
Just go back to where it was.
I
there,
said
it's fine.
280.
Yeah, Isak 280, Florian Wirtz 200, Gakpo 200, Ekitike 200, Andy Robertson 160, McAllister 150. Mate, they're not sharp paying some wages.
What about Chiesa, right?
He's spot
What's
on
he
to
got
the
to
pound,
do?
by the way.
Yeah.
see what the goalie coach is on, Jay.
Mate, they've got 3 or 4. They've got 3 or 4 different goalie coaches at Liverpool.
They used to have one. I don't think he's there now.
What's Chiesa got to do to get more of a sniff?
He just needs to have more legs in him, to be honest with you, mate. That's what it is. It's asking him to start games and keep that level of consistency. He's better to probably come on with half hour left and empty the tank for that half an hour. Some players are just better at doing that than others. You need, from the start of the game, everybody's 100%. Their battery is 100%. You need those players at 100% with rapid legs in them as well.
He's always just going to be a sub from.
You can't devalue he knows his role in the team.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's great. And he's a great guy by all accounts, so it's just, sometimes it just works. It is what it is.
Old Haaland with a good header. I tell you who else. Old DCL.
Hang on.
4 and 4.
I'm surprised he's not sat with us.
Who, DCL or Haaland?
In his kit still there.
DCL should be sat with
DCL?
us. That's what he did. He sat straight in the studio, didn't he, after the game?
You
I
didn't get that joke, did you?
No,
He didn't get that joke.
Flip flops, come on,
he?
Tom. Come on, Tom, yeah.
I missed that one.
Still in full kit wanker mode he was as well.
He's what, scored 4 on the bounce?
4 in the bounce.
Lovely movement, great header.
It was, yeah. It was good header, to be fair. This was a miserable game at times. It really, really was. This was my Sunday highlight game, and it kind of failed a little bit, to be honest.
Strange that it was the 4:30
Yeah,
game.
it was a
actually,
strange
but,
one. It was a bit of. It was a little bit boring, to be perfectly honest with you.
I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Big result for Leeds. That's what I would
Massive
say.
result for Leeds.
Massive result for Leeds.
And Leeds are good, Leeds were a better team. Leeds were much better than Brentford.
Yeah.
They really were. Leeds were.
No, Kelleher made a couple of good saves.
Yeah, Leeds were
nice to
gutted.
see.
They haven't got 3 points here.
It's just nice to see DCL fit and actually firing, because at Everton he wasn't ever fit, was he, for long enough?
We've got the league table in front of us quickly here, lads. At the bottom there, right? You know when it says green for obviously the last 5 results and stuff. Green's a win,
Lot of red there.
an orange or a white is a draw, and a red. You know what a red means? A big old loss.
Tom, who's Wolves' top goal scorer?
Own goals.
Own goals. Is it own goals?
OG goals. Burnley and Wolves. It is not looking good for these 2 teams. So Wolves rock bottom on 2 points. Burnley 10 points. Last 5 games, all have been losses. West Ham, though, have they got enough, Watto, to get out of this? Because the way it looks right now is that it's going to be between Leeds and West Ham.
Yeah, I think Dyche will keep Forest up, so I'm with you. Leeds, West Ham. I just don't think the new stadium helps them.
Yeah.
I mean, going 1-0 up yesterday, if that were the old bowling ground or Upton Park, the other team's not getting a sniff. The atmosphere, the away teams feel like the pitch is massive, you can play.
You're so far from the pitch.
It's so far from the field.
You don't understand how important it is when you're on the pitch, right, and fans are on top of you, it intimidates you, yeah? It makes you second guess everything you're about to do. You're worrying that there's a player on you because you can hear the fan. You're thinking, oh my God, there's somebody on my back, there's somebody.
But it's even like you make a mistake and they laugh.
Oh my God,
face.
yeah.
It's brilliant.
And it just gets into your psyche, right? But when the fans are that far away, you're just like, do you know what? Like, it's fine, I can't really hear anything.
A couple of years ago, and you like need binoculars.
Yeah. Other than noise, you can just hear noise, but you can't hear anything in particular. So you kind of like, well.
Have you been to the new Everton one yet?
Yes.
Because I reckon that I was listening last night. They were talking about they've done something with the acoustic, so it sounds louder.
Like Goodison and all
I
that.
went to watch Villa there. Yeah,
you did, yeah.
It's meant to have had the loudest decibels.
Really.
Have they really? Yeah. That's Everton fans, in fact.
But maybe they weren't testing Sunderland.
Yeah.
But obviously, they've built a stadium to help the team and the thing. West Ham, it were a business model.
Yeah,
They were an empty stadium.
Yeah.
Do a deal on it.
Yeah, it weren't about let's make it so it's going to be really an enhanced experience, A, for a fan, or make the team play better. This is an empty stadium. I tell you what, it's going to save us 150, 200, 300, 500 million quid, I don't know, so we'll take it. But it's not ever going to help the team, and I think Nuno, again, is a good manager, get them organised. But Leeds at home this year, and if they pick up points away, it'll be tough for West Ham to catch
Leeds or
them.
West Ham who are getting relegated?
Leeds.
I'll go West Ham this year.
I'll go West Ham.
I hope it's not Leeds, but it is sad, though, isn't it, for fans, the fact that they can't do anything about that stadium. They just can't. And they're getting told to, just
But
get
you're
on
never
with it,
going to
support
fall
the
in
team.
love with
You're
that
never
if
going
you're
to
a West Ham fan.
recreate that atmosphere that they had at Upton Park.
If West Ham get relegated, that's massive, by the way.
Massive.
Massive.
Why?
Because they're a massive team still.
Yeah,
They are.
but
I think
in the
Bournemouth-
Premier League years, they've been they have
down
been
for a
up and
winter,
down,
haven't
haven't
They have been up and down, but even look at the squad that they've got. Some of the players, like a Jared Bowen, cannot be playing in the Championship. If they get relegated, he's gone.
He's gone.
He's gone.
He's gone.
But that's the problem for any team, ultimately, that gets relegated. Even if it is Leeds or West Ham, there's some real quality in Leeds' team. They aren't staying to have that fight.
We've got one more game to go, lads. Burnley, Fulham. This was a really good game, actually.
Best set piece of the weekend, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it were, but yeah, definitely. But goals, it's true, goals make games, don't they? It's as simple as that. But this was like, it was a real kind of end-to-end kind of like, you have a go, we'll have a go. Fulham's first goal, by the way, the guy on the front post. Honestly.
You've got one job.
Honestly. You've got one job.
Don't let that ball
fill that
start that
space.
front post.
Do not let it go past you.
Swing, he missed the ball.
He was just got his timing wrong
completely. They
completely.
highlighted on match
Which
of
one
the
was it?
day.
I didn't see match of the day.
Who scored the goal? Just
Bassey.
Smith Rowe.
No,
Smith Rowe.
Bassey.
Smith Rowe, yeah.
Smith Rowe walk.
He went like that, didn't he, Toes? There you go, mate.
Yeah, he opened the door for him. He opened the door and said, go on, have that.
Even the Bassey header, he's just gone.
Bully, get off.
I'll tell you what, I watched, did you see Bassey's run?
Yeah.
And he had that run, and in I just started laughing. It's so funny.
In fairness, like if Bassey is in that area, the ball. That's why the ball is so good for him, right? Is because that you don't want it drilled. Just float one up there, right? And Bassey just goes, go on then.
Yeah.
All the best,
Thank you very
all the best. Nobody can stop him. Nobody's going to
He's
stop him.
so
there.
strong.
I promise you. It's
Did you
horrible.
see him in Adama Traore wrestling a few months ago in the
bloody
changing room?
heck.
I tell you what I did see this morning. Harry Wilson, out of contract, isn't he? In the summer.
Well,
so
I'll tell
I tried
you what,
to find
if he
it.
is, my God,
Yeah.
they're in big trouble. Because, I mean, he's finishing like a bloody Ireland, isn't it? I
Isn't
mean,
he?
that
Yes.
left foot is...
Such
I mean,
a
that finish, well, oh, my God.
Can I say something? One person in this room had him on their bench for Fantasy Premier League this weekend, yeah? And that person, one of the midfielders he had, didn't play. So he will be coming in.
Oh, I bet I bench boosted this week.
Oh, shut up, Jamie. Look, listen to this.
I thought you were talking Swahili there, mate. I don't
A
know.
goal and 2 assists. Unreal.
Flying.
Absolutely unreal.
He's 28, by the way.
He's on fire. And do you know what? I wouldn't say this is him, but sometimes when players' contracts are running out, they do step up quite a lot as well. Which, I wouldn't worry about Harry Wilson because he's
No, I wouldn't,
apparently a really good lad.
because he was meant to go to Leeds in the summer, and they reckon, well, there was talk of it, and it broke down. But he was class last season.
He will be getting a new contract ASAP, I would imagine.
If you were him, would you sign it?
Fulham is. Do you know what? We could have this as a podcast. This could be a podcast.
I think that's
right?
a 4-hour podcast.
Listen to
the
this,
dream
right?
club.
Fulham are, and I don't mean to belittle Fulham here or put it down or whatever, but geographically and everything about it, Fulham are the perfect club for a certain type of player that wants to live in London, doesn't really need that expectation and
Don't
that
want
pressure.
European football.
Don't want European football, wants really good wages. Lovely. That's what Fulham are, which
Nice, yeah.
very nice football club. And It's true. It is.
Oh,
it's
it's
true.
true.
I know players that have signed for Fulham going, it's the dream. It's the dream ticket.
No pressure.
No pressure, no expectation, great wages.
Jamie,
lovely.
get the goalie coach's wages up for Fulham. Fozzie might not be able to keep me here.
Won't be able to afford you. Can't afford you, mate. No chance on this earth.
You sat in that swimming pool.
Would you- Would you tell if you were Harry Wilson? Would you look to just obviously he's 28. This is his contract now, isn't it?
Yeah.
At 28 years old, he should be looking at a 3 to 4 year. This is his
biggest
his
contract
egg.
of his career. But also, if he's going to sign a contract, he'd have signed it by now, wouldn't he? It's December. Next month, he is effectively free to Europe.
Maybe he's at that age where he's asking for a 3-year and they're giving him a 2-year, and then it's sort of like, it's a bit of to and fro.
They've got to give him the 3 year.
Scoring goals like this and doing this will make them go, do you know what, just give him the 3-year contract.
Yeah.
Jamie's just had FulhamWages.com up on the website, and who do you reckon the highest paid player is? Don't look, you're looking.
Mate, that's just red fluff down the side of there.
I literally cannot read any of that. Is it Jimenez or Leno?
Leno, yeah, burnt Leno, it says, on 130 bags a week. Chukwueze, 120. Raul Jimenez, 100 pops. Alex Iwobi, 80. Traore, 70. Smith Rowe, 70. That's what I'm saying, that's really good wages, that is. Harry Wilson, 55 grand a week.
Leno's been good for him.
You'd have been top of that list, wouldn't you, when you were playing?
Yeah. Mate.
Double that.
Double it. God, I wouldn't play for anything.
See if you can get West Brom's holding on.
Good episode today, lads. Well done. Really proud of you all. We're all going to the darts later, aren't we?
I'm not.
You're not.
100.
Sod you now, right? Yeah. Sod you. Little afternoon session of the darts. Before that, though, we've got the quiz.
Yes.
You ready?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on then, let's go, Jeff.
Right, everyone, welcome back to the quiz. Are you guys ready for today?
Ready, Jiminy?
The leaderboard is actually getting quite tight at the top. We've got Tom on 6, Watto is on 4, and Ben. Both Bens are on 3. And we've got Robbo on a 1. But obviously, Robbo is not on the show as often as you guys. So, are we ready?
Yeah, ready.
Question 1. Harry Wilson has only had 2 permanent clubs, Fulham and...
Derby.
No. Harry Wilson has only had
Liverpool.
2 permanent clubs, Fulham and Liverpool. Yep.
I don't know that.
Well done, Ben.
Well done, Ben.
Question 2. Which former English right-back scored Liverpool's winning penalty against Cardiff in the League Cup final in 2011? Glenn Johnson is the correct answer. Well done, Toes.
I was thinking Rob Jones.
Oh, never scored.
No, he didn't, did he?
Might have scored one.
600 odd games or something.
Wow. Question 3. Which player has had the most Premier League appearances from Honduras?
Wilson Palacios.
No.
Figueroa.
Figueroa is the correct answer.
Maynor.
179.
Scored against Begovic Stoke halfway along.
Yes.
Unreal.
Yeah,
Good
but
goal.
he had some goals.
Yeah.
He played 181 games for his country.
Wow.
How many?
Wow.
181.
It's
Yeah.
unreal.
Yeah. Question 4. Chelsea signed Mo Salah from what team?
Basel.
Fiorentina.
Basel is the correct answer. Well done,
That's
Toes.
unreal, that is, Toes.
Well done, Toes.
God, I didn't get the first one right.
He seems intent today. There's
Come on,
something-
Watto. Let's go.
I've
Come
got
on.
my mug today and it's not happening.
Scores and doors 2-0.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Question 5. What is the original name of Bournemouth's current stadium?
Dean Court.
Dean Court is the correct answer. Well done, Watto. Guys are on it today.
The mug.
Question 6. Dr. Martin sponsored...
West Ham.
No.
Good.
Got you.
Good.
I got you.
Hey, I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Well done. Well done. This is what I've been crying out
You're
for.
trying to second guess what's next
This
now,
is
aren't
what
you?
I'm crying out
I've got an
for,
answer,
Jamie.
but I don't know if it's right.
I nearly come out with one then, to be fair. I was so close to saying it as well. But
I said that West Ham was going to be the answer, and I was like, it's going to be too easy.
What was the answer instead?
Well,
It was going to be West Ham, but it's changed it. Dr. Martens sponsored West Ham, but what year was the sponsorship over?
Oh, gosh. That's
oh, mate,
possible.
2001.
No.
2007.
No.
95.
No. All back in.
2003.
No.
2004.
2004 is the correct
Look
answer.
at this.
Well done, Tom.
You don't like that now, do you? You don't like that one?
Yeah. It's a
bad
a
question.
random.
It's a bad question.
What year or what season?
Yeah, because is it the 93, 94,
Was it the
2004?
season?
What's it? Season
Oh, my.
It ended in
2004.
Invincible season.
Okay.
2-2-1-1.
I thought you were going down a Russian and Diamonds route. I nearly shouted it.
Yeah.
2-2-1-1.
So close to that.
Yeah. Question 7. How many matches are there in a modern Premier League season?
38.
No, you mean in total, don't
Yeah,
you?
in total. So it's not 38.
Oh, why did he look at you like you were stupid? So
No, because my brain was processing. Have I got the question wrong?
I can't be bothered.
You've got to do some maths.
1,474.
No, Tom, and that's a yellow card for Steve.
Yes, I love that, Jay.
Because you're already out. You said 38. And you,
Where's your cards?
I don't know where my cards are. But
Yeah, look,
imaginary
just
yellow card.
lift them
Yeah,
up,
there you go.
please,
Craig
760.
Dawson.
I mean, the question was...
Can I give it him?
No. Yeah, go on then. Watto, 5,
Stay calm.
4, 3, 2.
999.
Nope. All back in.
1,600.
Nope.
It's
These
1,150.
guessy ones.
It's close, that.
Hold on.
I was trying to do the math, but I can't keep doing it.
It's too early to think like that.
Even the right answer.
760.
684.
4.
Nope. The answer. Everyone guess, yeah?
Yeah.
380.
What?
380.
How?
Doesn't make sense.
It can't be, can it? There's 38 games.
Multiplied
Per
by
each team.
20, right?
Yes, that's me, right.
Yeah.
No, I think I was right.
What did you say?
760, first one I said.
760.
No, you didn't.
I just said 760.
Yeah, I said it first, though.
Jamie.
Did he say that the first time?
How many was it?
38 times 20,
How much you right
760.
now?
Oh, man, I mustn't have been listening there. So I
No,
said-
it is. It's 380.
What?
380.
So,
What's 380 take away 200?
Wait there a second. So 38 games. Every team plays 38 games, yeah?
Yeah.
yes, and there's 20 teams.
Jamie,
Yeah,
what's...
so it'd be 760, right? No.
Because you play against each other as well.
Ah. No.
It doesn't
Jamie,
matter. He said
what's
how many
380
individual
take away
matches.
200?
180.
Was it 380?
380.
Yeah, it is. It's right. Yeah,
It's
because
380.
each game is two
Oh, they
teams.
don't play each other twice.
Yeah, each game has two teams involved in it. Yeah, so even though, yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Oh, we are
I will never-
going to get called thickos.
No, but it's a good question. It's a naughty question, that, because automatically you jump to 38 times 20.
Yes, that's
which is
right.
760, but it's not, is it?
No, it's not.
Good.
No,
Anyway,
it's not.
I've got
You got- yeah.
Got away.
Move on quickly,
Yeah.
Jamie.
Okay, moving on. Question 8. Which previous Fozcast guest played in goal in the last Premier League Tyne-Wear Derby in 2016?
Tim Krul.
No, not Tim Krul.
Mignolet.
No, not Mignolet.
Because I beat you to that as well.
Which previous Fozcast guest played in goal in the last Premier League Tyne-Wear Derby in 2016? Five, 4,
I don't know who you've had on.
3, 2, 1.
I don't know.
All out, all back in. Which previous Fozcast guest played in goal in the last Premier League Tyne-Wear Derby
Shay Given.
in 2016? Not Shay Given. Haven't had Shay on the pod.
Fraser Forster.
Not Fraser Forster, no.
What?
This is a mad guess, but I don't know if you've ever had him on. Pontillimon.
No.
Never heard him on.
5, 4, 3,
Happy you've not had
2.
him.
I feel like you're going to say it.
Carson's wrong.
Not Scott Carson. Do you want a clue?
You haven't had Steve Allen.
I'm out anyway, so I
Yeah,
can't.
but do you want a third?
Yeah,
Third go?
go on then.
Do you want a clue?
No.
Okay, all back in.
And what year did you say? 2016?
Yeah.
Was it 16 or 14?
Nick Pope.
No.
Can I just keep
No.
naming goalies,
5,
please?
4,
Can we all come back in
3.
again then?
No. 2.
Kelleher.
Kelleher. No. 1. All out. The answer is Rob Elliott.
Oh, Rob Elliott.
Yep.
Good.
And also, we had another Fozcast guest playing in that game, Andros Townsend.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, it's a good question.
Yeah.
Very good.
Rob Elliott, what a boy.
Yeah.
Question 9 is a career path question. I have played for Walsall, Coke BK, loan, Redditch United, loan, Headsford Town, loan, Coventry, Birmingham, Blackburn, Crystal Palace, Reading. I'll say it one more time. I have played for Walsall, Coke BK, loan, Redditch United, loan, Headsford Town, loan, Coventry, Birmingham, Blackburn, Crystal Palace, Reading.
Coventry, do from
Coventry, Birmingham, Blackburn, Crystal Palace and Reading. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Comments, I was going to say.
Nope. You're all out. You're back in. That brings Toes back in. I played for Walsall, Coke BK loan, Redditch United loan, Headsford Town loan, Coventry.
Everyone keeps letting the Hensford Town one slip every time.
Coventry, Birmingham, Blackburn, Crystal Palace, Reading.
Oh, it's not Scott Dan, is it?
Scott Dan's the correct answer. Well done, Tom.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Didn't know we started at Walsall.
Forgot about the Cov one, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Top one I knew.
Ever.
Reading I didn't neither.
Ruptured his testicle, didn't you, Ben?
I did. I ruptured it, I popped it.
ouch.
To go and have it taken out.
That's an ouchie.
Scores on the doors, I'm pretty sure
2-2-2-1.
2-2-2-1 to Watto. So, question 10, final question of the quiz.
Wow.
If Watto gets this, we're on a 4-way.
Wait, time break.
Going to that wire.
That's how good my maths is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow, so good.
You
Big
should have
brain.
won this.
Question 10. What was the first Premier League club Marco Silva managed?
Hull.
Hull City's the correct answer, and Toes takes the win.
Very good, Toes.
Well done, Toes.
Very good, Toes.
Well done, Toes.
Actually been a bit quicker than that.
Yeah, you could have done it.
Very good,
Mo
Toes.
did.
Well
Do it
done,
for me.
Toes.
Yeah.
Toes, well done. You're on fire at the moment.
Smashed it.
It's the excitement. It's the excitement of the darts.
Wow. Takes him up to
Flying
4.
Toes.
Wow. Joint one,
Well
you know
done,
why.
well done. Enjoyed that today. Well done,
Yeah,
Jay.
good one.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
good.
good quiz, Jimmy.
That was a
you
good
guys.
quiz, yeah.
Cheers.
Get in the
Appreciate
comments down below. I think he's right about the games won, the matches, Premier League season.
it. I think I am. I hope.
I'd hope he's right.
Let's hope so.
I hope Google's right as well.
You're right, you are right. I know you are. Well done.
Cheers, guys.
It's a good little tricky question, that, though.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
You
it is.
automatically do.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jay, well done. See you later.
See you later, guys.
Bye-bye.